You've probably heard of the French Communist Party, or PCF. It's one of the oldest political parties in France, but what do they actually stand for today? Hi, I'm Rahi. I moved from Canada and recently became a French citizen. I'm not a political expert, just someone who finally gets to vote here and wants to understand what I'm voting for. This is video 6 in my series breaking down French politics in a way that actually makes sense. In case you missed it, my last video I spoke more in detail about LFI. So let's talk about the PCF. The French Communist Party was founded back in 1920, over 100 years ago. They were once the most powerful forces in French politics, especially after World War II. Back then, they had over 500,000 members at their peak in the late 1940s and played a big role in rebuilding the country. Here's what they believe in simple terms. They want workers to have more power in society, not big corporations. They push for wealth distribution so money doesn't stay concentrated at the top. They strongly support public services, unions, and protecting workers' rights. They also back ecological changes, but always tied to social justice so climate action doesn't end up hurting the poorest. The PCF was part of the Noobs Coalition in 2022 alongside LFI, the Greens, and the Socialist Party. In 2024, they joined the Nouveau Front Populaire, a new left-wing coalition with the same partners. But they're not the same as LFI. The PCF works mainly through unions and town halls. LFI focuses more on mass protests and street demonstrations. Now, they don't get as many votes in national elections anymore. I believe less than 10 deputies in the National Assembly out of 577, but they still hold local mayoral seats across the country. In fact, you'll still find some towns in France that are red strongholds, meaning they've elected communist mayors for decades. In the 2022 presidential election, the PCF ran their own candidate, Fabien Roussel. He didn't get a huge share of the vote, about 2.3%, but he did manage to give the party more visibility again. Their support today comes mainly from older voters, some unionized workers, and local communities with a strong communist history. PCF is classified as a leftist party, and while it isn't as giant as it once was, it's still part of the story of the French left and part of how coalitions like the Nouveau Front Populaire hold together. In the next video, we'll look at the French Socialist Party, once the biggest party on the left, now trying to find its place again. So follow along if you want to learn more with me.